Food for thought. Without a strong belief system, it is exceedingly difficult for a man to achieve anything of value. This is part 2. We are part one, and now this is part 2. In other words, that's the continuation of the reflections on this thought. So life, as we know it, could not exist without faith. In other words, faith helps us to know life as we know it, and this pervasive reliance on others is not a flaw, but rather a testament to the interconnectedness of society. In other words, we are all connected. By faith, through faith, you see, life in its complexity cannot be navigated in isolation. Faith makes it possible to have trade. Faith makes possible the commerce, cooperation, and community upon which civilization is built. Without it, each interaction would be fraught with suspicion and fear of chaos rather than harmony. Faith in oneself and in the human spirit is imperative, is indispensable. While faith in others is indispensable, the most critical form of faith is that which resides within you. To live a calm and purposeful life, we must cultivate an active belief in ourselves, our abilities, our worth, and our potential to overcome adversity. This self-faith is not arrogance, but quiet confidence, a gentle assurance that even in the face of hardship, one can persevere. Moreover, faith in mankind is vital. History is punctuated by moments when the collective spirit of humanity triumphed over disaster, oppression, and despair. Whether through act of compassion, creativity, or resilience, humanity's capacity to endure and to aspire is fueled by faith. Trust in the fundamental goodness of people, despite evidence to the contrary, is what allows communities to rebuild, nations to reconcile, and individuals to heal. The spiritual dimension of faith in the Creator. For many, faith extends beyond the temporal and material, reaching toward the transcendent. Belief in a Creator, a guiding force, or a cosmic purpose answers the deepest questions of existence. Why we are here, what our lives signify, and how we ought to live. The spiritual faith does not always manifest as a dogma. It might be a quiet reverence, a sense of awe at the mystery of the universe, or a belief that order and meaning underlie the apparent randomness of life. Regardless of its form, faith in something greater than ourselves provides comfort in times of uncertainty, hope in moments of despair, and humility in the face of achievement. It reminds us that our lives are part of a larger story and that our struggles and joys are not in vain. So faith across the lifespan, from cradle to grave. The journey of life is bookended by dependence and vulnerability. That's what faith is about. Dependence and vulnerability. As newborns, we rely entirely on others for survival. In old age, this reliance returns. We must trust caregivers, family, and society to provide for our needs. The dignity and comfort of our final years are contingent on our willingness to accept help, to surrender control, and to believe in the goodwill of others. This cyclical nature of faith is mirrored in every stage of life. Whether we realize it or not, faith is our constant companion, guiding our choices, soothing our anxieties, and connecting us to the world. It is the quiet engine that powers our ambitions and the gentle balm that heals our wounds. The illusion of faithlessness. That's exactly what we were talking about. The illusion of faithlessness. This question of I don't believe in anything. So that's an illusion. Cannot be true, because life, you cannot live without believing in the chef in the restaurant, without believing in the pilot that is flying the plane, without believing in the people around you that are that are operating in your immediate environment. You have to trust them that they are doing the right thing. You will never have you could never have any friends, anybody, to really ask for help or to even question about anything, because suspicion would drive you to being crazy. You could not live. You cannot live. So therefore, faith is it is intrinsic. In other words, this is something that that we have within. We are born with. So we don't have any other choice if we want to live this life and even the next, based on what the Bible says. Then you need to have faith. You have to believe. Believe in yourself, believe in others, believe in God, believe in the afterlife, but believe whether we realize it or not. So faith is a constant in the human behavior, in human nature. Therefore, keep the faith. God bless you.